Pet King. Chapter 43, The Big Door of a New World. Zhang Ziyan hoped to get rid of these two strange people as soon as possible. Wang Qian raised his head and laughed, "Master, we saw it all." Li Kun also raised his head. "That's right, Master, don't think about lying to us." Zhang Ziyan was even more puzzled. These two people did not seem to be crazy. Could it be that they are the paranoid type? It is said that this type of patient is no different from normal people when they were normal, but once they fall ill, they do not recognize or care about anyone. What did I lie about to you guys? Did I deceive your money or your moral integrity? He pretended to be polite and compliant while he turned his gaze toward the door, expecting someone to come in at this exact moment, see there was something wrong with the situation, and help him call the police. "Master, of course you didn't deceive our money." "We don't have money to be deceived," Wang Qian said. "What moral integrity, it was thrown away long ago," Li Kun also said. Zhang Ziyan shook his head and tried his best to persuade them gently. "If you two want to buy pets, you can look around. If not, then I'm afraid this small shop does not have what you two want. Please go somewhere else." He did not dare to scold these two people, as he did not want to not provoke them. It was not against the law for a mentally ill patient to kill people. "Master, please don't give up on treating us," Wang Qian exclaimed. "You guys should go back to the mental hospital for treatment." Zhang Ziyan complained internally. Wang Qian wanted to say more, but Li Kun rolled his eyes, pulled Wang Qian, and said loudly, "Disciple understands, Master must be testing this disciple's sincerity." Wang Qian suddenly realized, how could a reclusive superior take in disciples so easily? Then the disciples would be too worthless. They must pass a heavy test. Thus, he said no more, and Li Kun, who had read numerous novels about cultivating immortality, was made to make the decisions. Li Kun stood up, pulled Wang Qian up, and said to Zhang Ziyan submissively, "Master, please rest assured. Us two brothers' sincerity is as bright as the moon. We will come by daily in the future. Complete sincerity can affect even metal and stone, absolute sincerity will move a heart of stone. We will definitely move Master's heart with our sincerity, and you will definitely open your gates to us. Be sure not to. How will I do business then?" Zhang Ziyan complained bitterly. These two came fast and left even faster. They had turned and left the shop right after they finished talking. Fina's drawn-out words drifted from behind. "Since the two are committed to being slaves, you might as well take them in. The more people to serve, the better." Galaxy happily said, "Meow. Galaxy likes lively. Let's all play hide and seek together." Zhang Ziyan held his head in his hands. There was no way to live each day. Wang Qian and Li Kun both left the pet shop and were once more bathed in the warm sunlight. They watched the lively streets and recalled the magical scene they saw in the pet shop. They heaved a deep sigh, as if they had become new men. "Brother." Wang Qian was moved to tears, and with hot tears in his eyes, he held Li Kun's hand. "The big door to a new world has opened. I said novels about cultivating immortality were true, but you never believed me." Li Kun wiped away his own burst of tears. Wang Qian lowered his head in shame. "Brother, I was wrong, I apologize to you." Li Kun held Wang Qian's hand. "We're brothers of one family, why apologize?" "Brother!" Wang Qian exclaimed. "What's wrong?" Li Kun replied. "The way the people on the street are looking at us is a little strange." Wang Qian remarked. "What's there to be afraid of? We are about to become the main characters of a novel about cultivating immortality. Anyone who dares to glare at us, we will kill their whole family once we have succeeded in our cultivation." Li Kun exclaimed. "Brother, your evil foreboding air is too strong. It must be controlled, or you will go to the dark side instead of cultivating immortality." Wang Qian responded. I actually don't want to either, but all the main characters in novels about cultivating immortality are straightforward and simple when it comes to killing. Li Kun said. Wang Qian waved his hand. Let's not talk about this first. How old do you think our master is? Li Kun pondered for a moment. Although he appears to look not over 30, the practice of cultivating immortality is successful in making oneself look youthful. I'm guessing that the master ought to be more than 100 years old. Wang Qian drew in a breath of cold air. Then that would be. Li Kun nodded. It can make the advanced animal taming skill supreme, and master's level has already reached the sage level at least, maybe even half a step into the demigod level. Wang Qian was shocked. He knew that his brother's study of the cultivation of immortality was very deep. Since his brother had said it was so, then it was so. Us two brothers actually met a reclusive superior half a step into the Jindan level, he lamented. Li Kun disregarded the type of look one gives a fool the pedestrians were giving them and laughed out loud. Ha ha ha. That's right. This is the treatment of the main characters in the novels. As long as Master opens his gates to us, then us two brothers can take on the world in the future, and no one can stop us. If God gets in the way, then we will kill God. If Buddha gets in the way, then we will kill Buddha. Wang Qian suddenly became keen. Should we change our form of address? Then I will call you Master Fellow Apprentice in the future. Li Kun agreed. You will be my junior fellow apprentice in the future. Wang Qian laughed. Master Fellow Apprentice. Junior Fellow Apprentice. Just when the two brothers were being sentimental, Wang Qian's phone rang, as if it couldn't read the atmosphere. Wang Qian took his sweaty hand from Li Kun's palm and looked at his phone. The caller was one of their classmates. Although this classmate was not studying the same major as them, this classmate also muddled with the Wang Hague Forum. As such, they had gotten to know each other. Wang Qian picked up the phone. Hey. Li Zi, anything the matter? Big brother has good news to tell you, but you have to treat big brother to a meal. You still fucking ask if anything's the matter? Eat your big head. Li Zi cursed loudly, you fucking posted such a lowly live post? People know that I know you, and they all came to ask me whether or not you went to jail. My fucking forum message box is almost going to explode. Fuck. Wang Qian had only just remembered that live post and couldn't help but break out in sweat. He didn't have time to say anything else and hurriedly said, I know. I'm hanging up, I'll go renew it immediately. He hung up after he finished. He switched to the Wang Hague forum to take a look. Good God, the live post's amount of replies had already surpassed 200 pages and 4,000 floors. The refresh page became slow and spotty, the BBS server almost couldn't maintain it anymore. He typed the fastest he had ever typed before, bumping king here, brothers, don't panic. Li Kun also cooperatively typed, bumping sage returns, everyone keep calm. A female ID replied first, I calculated, you guys disappeared for 17 minutes and 42 seconds. Your endurance ability is above the average level. Hee hee. Wang Qian and Li Kun's heads started to sweat as they read the reply. Even though they clenched their buttholes at the same time, it felt as if the exclamation point pierced their buttholes. F***CK. Where did you guys go die? We almost called the police. Yeah, we seriously debated whether to call 110 or 911. Seeing the two leaders of the water element about to be drowned by the tempestuous flood, Wang Qian could only save his nonsense and go straight to the main point. I declare the results of this investigation. We admit our mistakes. We saw with our own eyes, the pets of Amazing Fate Pet Shop, are indeed good and obedient.